Hi there, my name is Coolgis, and today I'm excited to show you guys Event 15 of the Marble League, Collision. For some, this is the most feared event of the Marble League, and sometimes rightfully so. We have to face your fears if you're going to ever be able to overtake the competitors ahead of you, or if you're in the lead, keeping the lead. Make the right choices today. Do not fear, but fight. In matchup 1, we'll actually be Shining Star versus the Thunderbolts. Matchup 2, Turtle Sliders versus the White Wolves. Matchup 3, a 1/16 classic, Bumblebees and the Limers. In the fourth matchup of the first round will be between Oceanics and Indigo Stars. Then the Crazy Cat Types versus the Hazers. Team Momo versus the Flying Glaciers. Minty Maniacs and Java Chunks. Oh boy. The matchups are randomly drawn. Yeah, I think the referees. I don't know, but that is a ice cream battle we have here. That will be a very intense one, and I'm worried about the fans. And last but not least, in matchup of round 1, Cobalts and Mellow Yellow. Basically, the two teams will be launched by this very starting gate to go down and face each other. Most of them will fall off to that side, so we'll set up a camera angle for there, where sometimes they get spiked all around as they head in with high speeds. You don't know where your favorite team could go flying. So stay tuned with us. We'll see you for matchup 1. Our first matchup is between the Thunderbolts, which is on your left, and the Shining Swarm, which are on your right. One's a contender, one's clearly not. It's equal. It's 1-1. No, it's 2-0. Now, there's no more Shining Storms left, so even if you don't have anyone on support, it was the last one standing. And in this case, it's Thunderbolts, with Thunder getting victory. They are allowed to not send one down, as in this case, lightning of the Thunderbolts did not come down. That's okay, but it will cost your team. Therefore, it could mean that your team is the last on the board. There you can see, got stuck. They are allowed to do that. Therefore, Thunderbolts can continue with the victory. The second match of the first round is between the White Wolves, which is on your right, and the Turtle Sliders, which is on your left. Let's get this underway. It's 2-2. Now Turtle Sliders lose 1. Shelly goes down. And it looks like the White Wolves will be picking up the victory. I don't know how Turtle Sliders are able to lose that since they won so many practices. But Turtle Sliders are a little bit at risk here. They have to hope the Limers win. And no offense, Racing, but if I was them, I don't think I would really be relying on the Limers winning. But they have to. Last match, actually, almost made me forget something. If no team has any members left on the board, then the last team that was on the collision board will be getting the victory, which is why the White Wolves got it and not the Turtle Sliders, in case people were wondering. Next, we have the Limers and the Bumblebees. Bumblebees on your left and Limers on your right. A 1/16 matchup. Ooh, the Limers sent several. They got several of them off, but Honey falls off. Did the Limers just beat the #1 team? Yes, they did. The Limers are advancing ahead of the championship leading Bumblebees. Talk about a turn of events that no one expected. We're into our fourth matchup, which is between the Oceanics and the Indigo Stars. Now, who will advance? Out of the two of them, one's a contender and one's a bottom half team. Oh, immediate spikes on each other. Indigo Stars are the last ones on. Indigo Stars will pick up the victory. And it looks like, try and just rub it in for the Oceanics as bingo on the bottom of your screen. The Indigo Stars will pick up the victory and are advancing. So Oceanics may have just been costed. We now have On your left, facing off, the Crazy Cat's Ice versus the right, the Hazers. Who will advance? We already have 3 upsets. And we're not even halfway done. We're only halfway done with the first round. We're starting to get breaks. But it looks like Cyanide decides not to come down, but it won't matter. Hazers pick up the victory. And now just rubbing it a little. Just have teammates doing collision before they finally decide to take an exit, or they just hold on. But the Hazers definitely are trying to keep their championship hopes alive because they're advancing out of the first round. Although it is only the first round, they've advanced out of it. Next up we have Team Momo and the Gliding Glaciers. Gliding Glaciers cannot podium because the Hazers just moved on. But they have gotten 3 silvers in a row, so they could go for a better finish than 9th, which is where they stand. Like Team Momo, who's in 7th. Now, one thing to note though, Mimo has minor injuries but appears to be okay, and we're going to put Mimo in this event, just like always. After, when you may recall in hurdles, when Mimo fell down, the reason why he was able not to beat Minty Flavin and got dead last was actually because of his minor injuries. He appears to be okay for this event. We don't know about the rest, and we are wishing him nothing but the best. Team Momo puts a late one to try to combat Gliding Glaciers, and it's going to be Mo getting the victory for Team Momo. Being a Team Momo, I don't know if they can stay alive in the championship, though. It's possible. Now, match 7 is a match I'm a little bit afraid of. Minty Maniacs in the Java Chunks. The Battle of the Ice Creams. They continuously debate that their ice creams are better. They have to face off here, and they said it's all about the ice cream. My nerves are not being helped. The Java Chunks and the Minty Maniacs. But they are ready to go fight each other, so I guess I have to release them. Chuck is not going to be even heading down. Minty Maniacs get the victory. Rolls are a little bit easier. More than I thought. And the last matchup of the first round is between the Cobalts and Mellow Yellow. Cobalts will be on your left. Mellow Yellow will be on your right. Oh, heavy contacts. Mellow Yellow's down 3-1. We get 2-1, but they get knocked off, and they're going to be losing to the Cobalts. Cobalts get a victory here. Ever raises their hopes in the championship. As long as they beat the Minties and the Hazers lose, and the Thunderbolts lose, I mean, that actually is a little bit much to ask for, but it's not unassailable. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can keep a championship spot. Next up on the bottom half, on your left side, Shining Swarm, the right side, the Turtle Sliders. Who will get the victory? Oh, yeah, Turtle Sliders. There's going to be Dash picking it up for them. I know they're in the bottom half, but I don't think that you can really count them out then, because they do have a chance. Our second matchup of the technically bottom quarterfinals is the Bumblebees and the Oceanics. Now, Oceanics will be on your left, and Bumblebees on your right. 2 top 16. Now let's get out. We're splitting. We've got 2 Bumblebees and 1 Oceanics, and now it's going to be the Bumblebee victory. Me and Swox holding it. Bumblebees will be winning that matchup. Now we have the Gliding Glaciers versus the Crazy Cat's Ice. Gliding Glaciers on your left and Crazy Cat's Ice on your right. Crazy Cat's Ice some chicken doing? No, I'm gonna send an elite attack to take out the glacier set. That is allowed. Cyanide said it's not to also check. A little bit broke there, but despite Cyanide not doing it, Blue Eye collects the victory for a crazy cat size. In this event, it's not too good for the Giant Glaciers. Java Chunks will be going up next against Mellow Yellow. The game had to be switched up a little bit because we realized the bottom of the screen where the majority of the marbles fall, it wasn't entirely showing it. So we switched to Mickey and Ringo for the next matchup, Java Chunks versus Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow has most of their small, except for one, compared to two of the Java Chunks. Oh, both of them and the Java Chunks almost fall. And there won't be any more contacts. That was a little bit interesting, but also Mellow Yellows ended up actually just going straight off themselves. No contact from the Java Chunks. Now, in our bottom semi-final A, we have Shining Swarm on your left, and the Oceanics on your right. Lots of chaos. Oceanics and Shining Swarm each have one. It's C, and I think that's Glimmer posting on. No, Glimmer's going to take a fall, so the Oceanics do then take the victory of this matchup, but that was intense. And bottom semi-final B has the Glaciers and Mellow Yellow left to right, respectively. Chaos. Already building. Mellow Yellow's down. Glaciers blow it all of a sudden. They each have one apiece, so we may have to go to a tiebreaker. Ooh. Close. No. Next we have to go on Glaciers facing off against Mellow Yellow, left to right, respectively. Just two Gliding Glaciers means the Glaciers pick up the victory, and the Gliding Glaciers will go on to face the Oceanics. Mellow Yellow has to try to avoid last against the Shining Swarm. Mellow Yellow's on the left and Shining Swarm's on the right. Who can avoid last? Who will get last? Shining Swarm avoiding most of the Mellow Yellows. They're falling off their own. Mellow Yellow's gonna fall off, meaning Shining Swarm picks up 15th. Mellow Yellow will lose out to the Limers and therefore be in last place. Heartbreaking for Mellow Yellow. Now, we will have a battle for 13th. Gliding Glaciers will be on your left and Oceanics will be on your right. Who's gonna get it? Oceanics are coming in late to take out the Glaciers. They actually lose one in the process, but that's a victory. And a victory is a victory, and I'm going to trade it for a loss. And here's where the Oceanics will be walking away today with 3 points. And Turtle Sliders and Bumblebees in the technically bottom half still, but the upper bottom half semi-final. That's a long name. A little bit of a longer matchup, but Turtle Sliders are not going to be able to beat the Bumblebees here. I mean, that gap will grow by at least 1 point. I think Turtle Sliders, as long as the Hazers don't... No, Hazers cannot erase the Turtle Sliders to be a contender. But Turtle Sliders did need that to continue to be a contender. Now, on your left, Crazy Catfish and right Java Chunks. Who could challenge the Bumblebees for 7 points? But who could be just limited to 4? It's a 3-point difference, but 3 points could be key points. Oh, that was close. I don't know if that was a red eye or if that was cream. Referees will double check, but I think Crazy Catfish came back for the victory. Referees do have to double check though, just to make sure that it isn't a huge. Our next matchup is for 5 points. Turtle Sliders will be on your left, and Java Chunks will be on your right. Java Chunks is wasn't decided to chicken out, but it doesn't matter. They're going to come up with the victory. Turtle Sliders did not play that well. They open off to the same side. Just go straight down and attack your opponents. And ankles, not the way to do it. And the jab chunks score 5 points. So now to battle for 9 from the best of the bottom half. On your left is the Crazy Cat's Eyes, and on your right is the Bumblebee. We're splitting them, but the Bumblebees are able to do it. 9th place isn't ideal, but sometimes you have to make the best of a bad situation. It's not awful, but they did make the best of a bad situation. Our first quarterfinal match, and that depends where you go in the top half. A very important matches. One of them, Thunderbolts versus White Wolves. White Wolves on your right, no, on my right, your left. Thunderbolts on the right. It was 2 against 2. And I'm pretty sure Shock just did it. They will have to double check though. Now we've got the Limers and the Indigo Stars. Limers will be on your left, and Indigo Stars will be on your right. Let's see if we can get it. Ooh, hard collisions knocked several Limers off. One Limer still going compared to the Indigo Star, and the Limers are gonna get it. The Limers are into the top 4. I mean, it's for the second time. They can also get a medal here. I would not have believed if I didn't see it with my own eyes. But I did. And you guys saw the Limers win. Who knows where they could go? I don't know. I've got Team Momo and the Hazers. Hazers will be on the left and Momo on the right. Now Momo has a chance to win it. They aim to be a contender going to the final event no matter how many points it is. But the Hazers have to lose here. And they Chaos. Ooh, no. It looks like Momo or Mimo. We'll check on replay. So they blew it, giving the Hazers the victory. And Missy has already pretty much stalled herself. Just adding insult to injury. And last but not least, round 1, the quarterfinals. We will have the Minty Maniacs on your left versus the Cobalts on your right. Cobalts. Are they going to fall? Yeah, Minty Maniacs delivered the final blow. Minty Maniacs are going to take this one and advance to the semifinals. Meaning they have a shot at a medal, just like the Limers, Hazers, and Thunderbolts. In the bottom half of the top half of the semifinals, if you will, we have the Indigo Stars on the left and the White Wolves on the right. And the question is, who gets the victory and could challenge for 5th? Indigo Stars, the White Wolves, a little bit there by storm. When the last White Wolves come in, it is still too late. Indigo Stars will advance to a potential 5th place. In our other region, who would be potentially fighting for 5th if they fight better than their opponent, is between Cobalts and Team Momo. It will be the Cobalts on your left and Team Momo on your right. Most non-contact, they just fell off on their own. Team Momo's gonna be able to oust the Cobalts. They'll be fighting for 5th place. But because the Hazers are ahead of them, Team Momo is eliminated. So the battle for 7th is between the Cobalts and the White Wolves, who will be going left and right, respectively. Close bring a late launch to avoid contact on the White Wolves, and it pays dividends for them later on. Cobalt will be your winner of the 7th place match. And to battle for 5th, Indigo Stars will be on your left, and Momo will be on your right. They smash into each other. Indigo Stars making some late runs. Okay, that does not count as being on the board, but since all other Momos are off, it's going to be their captain, Diego, getting them to victory. So the first semifinal match, Thunderbolts versus the Limers. Limers will be on your left though, and Thunderbolts on your right. Thunderbolts advance to the finals, eliminating the Limers. The Limers cannot live their dream forever. Let's face it, We could still get a medal, which would be nice. In our other semi-final matchup, Hazers versus the Minty Maniacs. Hazers will be on your left and Minty Maniacs on your right. So another Minty Maniacs outnumbered. No, Hazers have one down, actually. And Minty Maniacs are able to get the Hazers off. Minty Maniacs will advance to the final. So now our bronze medal match between the Limers and the Hazers. Hazers will be on your left, and Limers will be on your right. First medal. We're trying to do teamwork is the dream work. So that's our strategy. Now it comes down to this. No, Hazy gets this third place for the Hazers. Limers can't medal, but a fourth place finish is respectable at the very least. And now for the final, Minty Maniacs and the Thunderbolts. The 8th place team versus the 4th place team coming into this event. Thunderbolts have secured a championship spot. I could raise its value all that much with a victory. So, can the Thunderbolts do it? Or can the Minty Maniacs come in and take this victory? Thunderbolts versus Minty Maniacs, and they're off! Oh, immediate hits! Thunderbolts have 2, Minty Maniacs have 1. Last second contacts, no Minty Maniacs miss, giving the Thunderbolts by a hair the victory. Thunderbolts took it to distract the Minty Maniacs. Very unique collision strategy and a unique. You're now at the podium ceremony of Event 15 Collision. Melio takes the last and then Shining Sword, which is some mid-packs such as Java Chunks or Bumblebees, Wolves, Cobalts, and that's when you head up to our 4th place. The Limers. 3rd place, the Hazers. 2nd place, the Minty Maniacs. But your winner is the Thunderbolts. Now let's head on over to our notebook recap. Here it is. Event 15, Collision, the notebook recap of it. So the Thunderbolts take the victory ahead of the Minty Maniacs and the Hazers. As you can see, some of the front runners spent no time and wasted none of it. The Bumblebees, Turtle Sliders, and Oceanics to do a little bit of it. There you can see how the points were added up. Then we have overall standings after Event 15. Thunderbolts take it over the Bumblebees. Hazers, Turtle Sliders, they're the main contenders because they have 2 stars by set. The Cobalts and the Oceanics are still contenders, but unlikely since the Oceanics are 24 points back and the Cobalts are 17, so they have 1 star by them. T-Mobile cannot make the podium. They would tie the Hazers at best, but they would not have the tiebreaker. The Maniacs, Flying Glaciers, Indigo Stars, Java Chunks, White Wolves, Crazy Cats, Limers, Shining Swarm, and Mellow Yellow. In terms of key scores, it's for we have Lightning at nearly 100 points. There's still one more event to go, so Lightning could be on a roll here, if you will. Here's the points: 194 for the Thunderbolts, 190 for the Bumblebees, 186 for the Hazers, 182 for the Turtle Sliders, and then the list goes on. We'll try to get it into the frame in there. In the MVM race, there were 16 athletes, which is actually a quarter of the field who could take it, led by Lightning of the Thunderbolts, Minty Flame of the Minty Maniacs, who's the captain, and the captain of the Thunderbolts, Thunder. Now, Lightning and Thunder, neither of them can officially boast tie because they can only run 1 in the final event, which will be the marathon. We'll see you there for it. Thank these athletes for competing, and thank you for watching. I'm Coach Sanjay, checking out.